Hi everyone, it's James here. Welcome back to the channel and another video. And today is another thread response. It's my third consecutive video where I'm responding to a thread, which is good fun. So today I'm going to be responding to Simon, whose channel used to be called, he was Vinyl Dale, in the Search for the Holy Grail, I think originally. Now he's just returned to vinyl. Great chap, Simon. He's been there for a long time. Check him out if you're not seen his channel already. So he's come up with this 4x4 idea where you just pick 4 bands or artists that you're into and you show 4 records by them. Nice and straightforward. Now, me being me, I decided to try and throw in an extra little challenge for this. And what I've decided to do is try and find 4 bands or artists where I only have 4 albums by them and show the 4, and this has been surprisingly difficult. I went along the shelves and I was amazed at how many bands I had 3 records by and how many I had 5. There were loads and loads of them where I thought, yeah, I'm sure there's 4, and then there'd be another one at the end of the row and I'd be like, oh no, I've got 5 or 3. 3 is very common as well. So amazingly, I only came up with 5 bands or 5 artists across my entire collection where I appear to only have 4 records. I didn't do a massive deep dive, but it looked that way to me. So there were 5, I'm going to show 4 of them. So the 5th artist that I'm not going to show was Dave Edmunds, got 4 records by him. So yeah, anyway, I don't think the idea is to particularly talk about them, just show them. Nice and straightforward. So let's begin then. The first artist I'm going to show today is the Steve Miller Band, and I have a grand total of 4 records. I've got this one. This is the first one I've got. I'm going to try and show them chronologically. This is 1970. I thought it was a bit of a later one than that. Yeah, gatefold. I'm not going to show all the labels, but I will try and show the covers. So that's from 1970. Then I've got a couple of gaps in my collection. The next one I've got from the Steve Miller Band, sorry about the light, is from 1973. And this one is the Joker, of course. This is a Fame reissue. And we've got an inner on this one. No, just a generic inner. So yeah, that was 1973. Steve Miller Band again. And then this is possibly my favourite of the bunch. Bit of a gap here again, 1976 this one, so a couple there that I'm missing I suppose. This one is Fly Like an Eagle, with a bit of bouncing hair going on there on the cover. And there's the shot of him on the back. Yeah, good record that. And this one's quite good as well, although it's sort of edging more into radio-friendly territory, this one. This is a consecutive one, actually, from that one, from 1977. We've got Book of Dreams, which has got some nice synth and guitar interplay on that one, I seem to remember. So, there we go, Steve Miller Band. I'm quite partial to them. I quite enjoy his records. I don't spin them very often, but I do quite enjoy them when I do. Right, so the next one, a very different act indeed. We're going to go with a band quite similar to one that Simon showed in his video. He showed OMD, and in fact that might be another band that I've got 4 by. I might have missed that one. I wouldn't have shown them anyway because he showed them, so I'll show quite a similar band, or at least from a similar period. We've got the Human League, got 4 of their records, starting with the debut album Reproduction from 1979, with a great cover shot of the babies, which you probably couldn't get away with these days, but this is where Human League was still trafficking in a strange brand of cold electronic industrial music, classic stuff from Sheffield, of course. Second record from 1980, another good one, got Travelogue, and there we have the back cover. Yeah, this is a great one. Really, to be honest with you, with the Human League, I only really listened to the first 2, but I do have 2 more. Now, I don't have Dare, would you believe? I don't have Dare from 1981. I've got it on CD. Just for some reason, don't have it on vinyl. I think I used to have it, but I don't understand where it's gone. So the next one I've got, I think might be the one after that. I'm not sure if there's a gap, but I've got Hysteria from 1984, and I actually had this in a pile to go recently, and I've salvaged it from the pile. So I'm going to give it a spin and see what I think of it. But this is the later incarnation of Human League, when they went much more radio pop. Obviously, this is after the humongous hit single "Don't You Want Me," so they sort of went in a more radio direction. I like the way it's got a picture there for one of my favourite films of all time, The Early Bird, starring Norman Wisdom. Absolutely love that film. So there we go, 1984, Hysteria. And then this one, I don't remember much about this one. I need to listen to this again. This is Crash from 1986. I've got a feeling this one might have had a bit of a troubled production. Don't exactly remember. Jimmy Jam, yeah, it's produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I don't think the Human League were very fond of it. Boring gate fell down with lyrics. But anyway, there we go. Human League, 4 records. That is the grand total of my collection. Although, as I said, I do have Dare on CD, but that doesn't count. Right, this next one, I've got 4 records by this artist, but only 3 of them have got covers. Not sure how that's happened. So the first one, so the artist in question is J.J. Cale. Not John Cale, but J.J. Cale. The first record I've got, and this is going to be quite boring, as I said, because I've got no jacket. The first one I've got is Oki from 1974. And then I have, this is the one that I play the most. This is the one that's got the original version of Cocaine on it, which is really great. So I've got Troubadour, which I think is 1976, or a couple of years later. I don't know whether there was one in between. Troubadour. So that's 2, isn't it? Then I've got I'm assuming it's his 5th album, because it's just called 5. Just noticed Carl Radle is on there from Clapton's band. David Briggs on piano. I do like J.J. Cale. His stuff slips down easily. I've got a really good CD best of, though, really. So do I need all these records? Not entirely sure. I need to spin them again and make up my mind. And the final one, the 4th one I've got, is 1982. And that's Grasshopper. So, yeah. There we go. J.J. Cale. He's passed away now, of course, hasn't he? Nothing interesting going on there. So there we go, J.J. Cale. That is the 3rd artist. The 4th artist, quite a big contrast. We have the Waterboys. And I think I've got the first 4 albums. I'm fairly certain that these are just the first 4. And so these are the Waterboys from 1983. That was a charity shop find, I think. As was this one. This was Oxfam, I think. 1984, A Pagan Place. This might be my favourite one of the 4, actually. It's got that great opening track, Church Not Made With Hands, at the start of side 1, and All the Things She Gave Me. Great 2-song knockout punch there. So that's A Pagan Place, 84. Then I've got This Is the Sea from 1985, with a bit of a seam split going on. There we go, Mike Scott again on the cover. Quite fond of just solo shots of him on the cover. That seemed to be the order of the day, didn't it? He was obviously making a case for his own importance within the band. Yeah, a bit of a seam split there. Don't Bang the Drum, The Whole of the Moon. I don't need to hear that song again in a hurry, really. And then the classic record, this is the latest one I found, 1988, and there's some good stuff on this, actually. It's, it's a bit of a classic. We've got Fisherman's Blues from 1988 with the distinctive green cover and a nice shot on the back. That looks like a few years ago I worked for a particular company, and they had this place where we used to go for these kind of training sessions in the countryside, and you used to walk out onto the back patio, and that view, it was exactly the same. I wouldn't be surprised if actually it was the place. Although that place burned down, actually, strangely enough. Anyway, a bit of a tangent. So anyway, yeah, Waterboys, Fisherman's Blues, the 4th record I have by them. So there we go, 4x4. And like I said, Dave Edmunds is I think, maybe OMD after him. But anyway, I thought I'd jump on the thread. Good fun. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and check out some other videos that people have done on this theme. See you soon.